You never get a second chance to make a first impression, so why does the entryway of our home look like this? Don't worry, we're gonna fix it all in just one weekend.
She's from New York, and now in Palm Springs. Wow. Watch Courtney build the colorful world of her dreams. And color me spaces, color me spaces.
You and I are on a mission to ban the bland. And while some of our Color Me spaces take months, today we have only one weekend to totally transform the first thing you see in our Palm Springs home. So let's take a look at the before. Our entryway isn't much. You open the door and walk right into this hall of mirrors. Sure, it makes the house feel bigger, but honestly, it's a total jump scare. And because of our open floor plan, this wall is angled like an accordion, which makes designing it kind of a puzzle. This space will set the tone for the whole house. From here, you'll see the yellow kitchen and living room. And since every other room is dedicated to just one color, this will be the harmony that brings them all together. So our theme is connection, and I think it needs to be more than one color. Get connected for free with Education Connection. Some of you watching are probably too young for that reference. First, we're ripping out 3 of the 4 mirrors and changing the floors to create a blank, white, boring canvas. So now we can get to work. Usually I have a mood board and a 10-step plan, but for this space, I'm totally stumped. But inspiration doesn't always strike. Sometimes you have to chase it down or give it a deadline. Let's set the clock to 48 hours and see if we can transform this space in time. I've been hunting for the perfect furniture piece for months, but now that I'm under a time crunch, the pressure is on. I want something mid-century, storage-friendly, and paintable if the urge strikes. I think we found her. You're coming home with me. So here's what we're working with. It's pretty white, pretty boring, nothing of real design value. Let's talk about art. I've had this piece for years that depicts some of my favorite things: balloons, elephants, and an iconic hotel here in Palm Springs. So it's time to give it a new life. I think this will work, but there's just way too much white going on, so maybe we should add some paint. Paint is a fast, easy, and affordable way to transform a space, but I do want more than just a solid colored wall. Do dots, like I've done in my New York apartment, or stripes, like I have in some of the other rooms in this house. But what about squares to represent connection? In pop culture, they're often used to celebrate unique personalities, like the Muppet Show or Hollywood squares. Sometimes they represent a blended group operating as a unit, like in Modern Family or the iconic Brady Bunch. But they can also showcase connection across distance, portray a unified story, or just show how multifaceted one individual can be. I used the square trick 3 times in our Color Me intro to portray 3 different things, but the core idea always remains the same: connection. Creating this requires measuring, math, and a level. Usually you would snap a line, an ancient method that still exists, or use a laser. But you can get it done with painter's tape and a pencil. I think prepping your wall with painter's tape actually takes longer than painting it itself. You spend all this effort just to make the painting process a little easier and cleaner for future you. What are we doing here? That's right, we're looking for paint. We're gonna pick some paints, and I've told you this before, but I always think it's important that if you're picking a paint color, you like the color above and the color below, because it could kind of run anywhere in this range. Ruru, you like this one or this one? This one? This one? Okay. Now that we got the paint, we have to actually paint the colors that Cerulean picked out for us. So it's looking okay. I don't know if I'm obsessed, but we're just gonna keep going, and if we have to change it, it's just paint. We got some rug options. I have this Sunny Starburst one. These colors are just probably a little bit too muted. And gray, what is gray doing here? Or this wavy groovy one. I feel like this one works because the colors are a little bit brighter, and I love an unconventional shaped rug. So now that we're painted, this is looking pretty nice, but I feel like we could do a little bit more. So I'm kind of playing with some lights, some plants, and I have the idea to actually hang some lights, but I don't want to hire an electrician. I don't want to do all that. I don't have the time. So I got these lights that actually plug into the wall, and my idea is to kind of hang them and create almost like a hanging light sculpture, but we'll see how it turns out. Because I was kind of thinking like we'd have like 3 hanging like here-ish, like 1, 2, 3 or something like that. I have about 30 minutes before Cerulean goes down for a nap, so we've run to World Market to see if they have what we need. Go straight back to lighting. Probably the only option would be to take one of these and then put it on a swag kit to kind of make it work. They don't really have anything else that works for us right now. Okay, so we ended up grabbing a light and a black swag kit, but the biggest issue is that now we're gonna have like a random black cord, and we don't want that. So we're gonna pop to Michael's and see if we can kind of do a DIY cord to be a little less offensive. Found what I think I need, and now I'm just gonna adhere this to the light, and hopefully it will work out. I also got some wicker lights, and maybe these will work a little bit better. As much as I love like a gold glam moment, sometimes like the wicker kind of browns it, and we do have the wicker banana in there, as well as some more wicker in that room you haven't seen yet. So maybe this works a little better. So I have a confession. There's a real reason why I decided to do this room in 48 hours. I've been trying to find the perfect plan for months, but was paralyzed. Nothing felt grand enough to bring this space together in a cohesive way. So I thought about Newton's third law. An object at rest stays at rest. Sometimes to get out of a slump, you just have to start moving. Even if you're going in the wrong direction, that's better than staying still. And once I started, the ideas came flowing. So do you want to hear them? In a perfect world, I would commission some custom art. Imagine a shag piece where everything actually looks like my Palm Springs home. Or we could build a more elaborate DIY with something that actually extends to the ceiling. Maybe a 3D mural, some custom build-ins, or colorful glass lights. An oversized game or interactive wall could be cool. And now I have so many other ideas that we'll save for future Courtney, but I never would have thought of them if I didn't just start. But time's up. For now, do you want to see if we use the space to create Color Me Harmony? Welcome to the entryway of our home. I wanted this space to connect everything else we have going on in the home. So instead of doing just one color, we did quite a few. The biggest change we made was painting this wall and bringing in pinks, greens, yellows, oranges, and a bit of blues. It kind of serves as a map for the house. So the yellow and orange will lead you into that yellow and orange kitchen, while the green and blues will lead you into a side of the house that you haven't really seen yet. We added this piece from Gray Malin, which was actually on display in our New York apartment. So I love that this home now connects to our other home as well. One of the things I really like about it is that it depicts a famous hotel here in Palm Springs, which is actually designed by Jonathan Adler. It has my favorite animal, an elephant, and also kind of leads you into our circus nursery. Plus, it has Paris's favorite thing about Palm Springs.
Breeze block.
Breeze block. He loves breeze block, and we don't have it on our home currently, but I think we will change that in the future. Until then, at least it lives here on the entryway. And I did have a surprise for you. Did you see what else I got?
Yeah, the breeze block lamp.
Yeah, again, just wanted to give Paris a little nod. So this lamp is really cool. They repurposed breeze block to turn it into a light. I feel like you could do this as a DIY. We bought ours, but we did pretty much everything else in this space ourselves, so cut us some slack. Next to the breeze block lamp, we have an orange vase to kind of lead you into the yellow orange area. And we have some candy, which gives you a little bit of foreshadowing to the candy bar that you find in the kitchen. Plus, we did this one in our favorite red. So it's only like the really good Starbursts that everyone wants, like the cherries, the strawberries, the fruit punches. I noticed that you got increasingly closer to this. Did you want some? I will happily share, but you'll have to take the watermelon because that's the one I like the least. The strawberry, hands off. That one's for me.
Aren't you allergic to strawberries?
Yeah, but I don't know, it doesn't translate in candy because it's like not real strawberries. So this is like the only strawberry I can have. Let me have this. Over here we have three kind of vases, whatever you want to call them. And they're just arranged really for decor purposes only. We have some blues and some greens. This one's from the Jonathan Adler Michael collab, which is really cool because it gives people more access to a brand I love at a slightly lower price point. Plant is always a good idea. It can help like fill a corner and add just kind of more hominess to a space. Anytime you can bring outdoors, indoors, I think is a good idea. Because of our allergies, this is a fake plant like most of the other plants in our house. For now, we did this wall in a two-tone, so it has like a mint and an aqua, and it connects to our last mirror standing. So when we originally got this house, this wall, all of these walls were covered in mirrors, and we took them down on each corner, but decided to keep one just as a slight homage to where it was before. And truthfully, it's nice to have. It kind of helps make the space feel a little bit bigger, and it's nice to kind of just check your outfit before you leave or when you are coming in to just see how you look. So I like that we kept the mirror, but I'm glad we got rid of the other ones because it was too much. All about subtle foreshadowing here. So we wanted to do this kind of wicker light display to kind of lead you into all the wicker pieces that you will see, not only in the kitchen, but also in rooms that I haven't showed you yet. So we did 3 of these wicker lights. They aren't supposed to go together, but I like that we have like circles and squares and kind of different shapes that really tell the story of the home while bringing it all together, but also make kind of for a fun moment. Like this palm light, because you know we have palm wallpaper on the other side of this wall in the dining room. And the wicker just kind of gives you foreshadowing to the wicker banana and other animals that you'll come across later on. You'll just have to wait until I show you that room. I'm not an electrician. I don't want to be. I didn't want to be changing out lights. So using lights like this gave us a workaround because this plugs into the wall, as you can see. But a lot of the times these cords are an eyesore, they're black and they just draw too much attention. So doing it in this kind of like woven rattan rope gives us more of a cohesive look without it being like, bam, I'm a light, here's a cord. It just looks a little bit nicer. Down here we have this storage piece, and I don't want to show you too much inside because it's kind of messy, but that's the point. So any new packages or things that come in or things that I just need to quickly hide can live in here. But I did add one thing you can see, this little bin that has fuzzy socks. So when people come over, if they want to take their shoes and leave them in the entryway, they can wear fuzzy socks. I love fuzzy socks, so I think that's a nice thing to give to anyone who might come on over. This is currently like a really dark brown wood color, but I think I might paint it in the future. I'm just not sure what color. Like I could do it white, I could do it multicolor. With this fun circle display, we could kind of punch it up and there's limitless options, so let me know what you think. Until then though, I think it pairs so nicely with this wavy rug that we added. This also kind of reminds me of the wavy rug we have in our New York apartment. So again, I think it's so fun when we have elements that connect this home to our other home, because homes are like these things that you live in for such a long period of time and then you kind of move on and leave them behind. I just wanted to find ways to play homage to other places that we've been before. The hardest part about this space is that you have a direct sight line into the kitchen. So whatever we were gonna design there, you would see here, and it had to feel cohesive and work together in harmony. We also have this kind of sunset wall that we created for our kitchen dining space that you would obviously see when you walk in. So we wanted them to feel connected, but also didn't want to just do the same thing. So we used the same paint colors that we did on this wall on here, but then added one other element by adding the green in there, plus all of the decor. So hopefully they feel connected, but not copy paste. Not bad for 48 hours. We actually came in a little under budget and created a space to set the tone for our home. But it's all just temporary. Future Courtney is gonna make a bigger splash with this space after she finishes the rest of her house. But I need to know which of those ideas I should put into action. Or if you have something better, share your own ideas in the comments and maybe I'll steal it. So don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you on the next episode of